The day has been long. Screens glowed. Voices demanded. Tasks multiplied. Your mind carried more than it wished. Now the sun has set. The world outside grows quiet, but inside, the noise continues. Thoughts replay conversations, regrets whisper, worries about tomorrow begin their march. You are not alone. Every human wrestles with this restless mind, even emperors, even philosophers, even those we imagine as unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal at night. He reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength even in the silence before sleep." Tonight you are invited to lay down that burden, not forever, only for these hours. You do not need to solve the world before you rest. You only need to breathe. Feel the weight of your body against the bed. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Notice the rhythm. Notice that life carries you even without effort. The Stoics did not chase sleep. They prepared the mind for it. They calmed the soul with reason, with reflection. They saw that rest was not weakness. It was a return to nature. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-mastery begins here, not in battle, not in arguments, but in the choice to release the chains of thought. You are here to listen, to drift slowly, to let wisdom accompany you into silence. Consider this: most of what troubled you today will mean nothing in a month. Much of it will fade in a year. Nearly all of it will vanish in a lifetime. Why? Give it the power to steal your rest tonight. The Stoics practiced a form of letting go. They called it control of impressions. When a thought arrives, you decide, is this within my power or beyond it? If it is beyond it, is not yours to carry. As you breathe, now imagine setting each burden down, work left unfinished, conversations unresolved, plans uncertain. Place them gently outside the door of your mind. They will wait. The night asks nothing of you but presence. This is not escape, this is discipline. To rest when it is time to rest. To sleep when it is time to sleep. Seneca once wrote, "The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. Sleep is one such blessing. It is near. It is here." Notice again your breath. Notice the quiet between thoughts. Notice how silence is not empty. It is full of peace. You are entering a space where wisdom and calm walk side by side, a space where reflection softens into rest, where the lessons of ancient minds meet the needs of your present heart. In these hours, nothing is required of you. You do not need to prove. You do not need to defend. You do not need to perform. The world continues on its own. You are free to step aside, to surrender not in defeat but in trust. This is the invitation. To rest with the Stoics. To let each word become softer than the last. To follow the stream until thought dissolves. Tonight, wisdom is not sharp. It is gentle. It does not awaken. It soothes. Close your eyes if they are not closed already. Let your breath guide you. Let your body sink deeper. Let the weight of the day slip quietly into the past. You are safe here. You are steady here. You are ready for reflection. You are ready for sleep. On control, the night is quiet, yet your mind still moves. It turns over details. It replays mistakes. It imagines what might happen tomorrow. This is the struggle of every human. Not only yours, not only tonight. The Stoics saw it clearly. We suffer most when we try to master what is not ours. We lose rest when we confuse what we control with what we do not. Epictetus placed it at the center of his teaching. Some things are up to us, and some are not. So simple, so sharp. A line drawn in the sand. Pause for a moment. Think of your day. How much of it was spent trying to bend things outside your reach? The email unanswered, the opinion of a colleague, the traffic that wasted an hour, the market that rose and fell without your consent. the silence of someone you hoped would speak. These are not yours. They never were. Yet you carried them as if they were stones in your pocket. You let them weigh your steps. You let them travel into the night. No wonder the mind cannot sleep. It is holding what does not belong. Now think of what is yours. Your breath, the words you choose, the attitude you bring, the judgment you form. Even Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, reminded himself each night, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength begins not with conquest, but with clarity. To see what is yours. To see what is not. Imagine two baskets before you. One holds what you can shape, the other holds what is beyond your grasp. Tonight, place each thought in its basket. The unfinished task, the delay in plans, the fear of tomorrow's outcome. All these go into the basket that is not yours. Set it aside, let it rest there. What remains? The choice to breathe deeply, the choice to listen now, the choice to release. These go into the basket that is yours. Keep them close, they are enough. Control is often smaller than we wish, but within that small circle lies peace. It is the circle that cannot be taken. Ask yourself now, what is mine tonight? What is not? Repeat it softly. What is mine? What is not? Notice how the body responds. The shoulders sink, the jaw loosens, the breath steadies. The world is still turning, but you are no longer turning with it. You have stepped aside. Control does not mean grasping. It means choosing your stance. It means knowing when to hold and when to release. Picture yourself at the edge of a river. The water moves fast. You reach to stop it, but it cuts through your hands. The harder you fight, the more exhausted you become. Now imagine sitting by the bank. You watch, you breathe. The river flows, yet you remain still. This is control, not in stopping the current, but in guiding your mind before it. Seneca advised this practice at day's end. He wrote of examining the day, asking, what was in my power, what was not? The answers freed him. The answers prepared him for rest. You can practice the same. Before sleep, sort your thoughts. Name them. Place them. Release them. You do not need to fix every problem tonight. You do not need to win every battle. You do not need to carry what is not yours. This is not avoidance. It is wisdom. It is the discipline of letting go. Consider the truth. Most of what troubled you today will fade. Much of it will be forgotten in weeks. Almost all of it will vanish in years. Why let shadows rob you of rest? The Stoics remind us life is short. Each night is precious. Sleep is not wasted time. It is part of nature's design. You master yourself not by never thinking, but by knowing when to stop, by knowing that the mind is your domain and rest is your right. Close your eyes a little deeper. Feel the mattress hold you. Feel the air move in and out. Let the body know it is safe. As you sink further, repeat again, what is mine, what is not? With each breath, set another burden down, the unfinished, the uncertain, the uncontrollable. Let them drift like leaves on water. Let them pass beyond reach. What remains is simple. Your breath, your choice, your calm. This is enough. It has always been enough. Control is not about the world obeying you. It is about your mind returning to itself, returning to what belongs. Tonight, let that be your practice. Let that be your freedom, not the control of everything, but the control of yourself. This is the first lesson, the lesson on control. Carry it gently into sleep, on impermanence. The night moves on, minutes pass, shadows shift. Time, without asking, continues its quiet march. This brings us to the second lesson, impermanence. Everything changes, nothing stands still. Heraclitus said, no man ever steps in the same river twice. The Stoics lived by this truth. They knew that clinging to what must change is the root of suffering. Think of the seasons. Winter yields to spring. Summer fades into fall. No command can hold back the turning. Think of the body, once strong, now tired, once young, now lined. Every cell shifts, even in sleep. Think of the mind. The thought you held a moment ago is already gone. A new one has taken its place. Even restlessness changes shape with each breath. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make of it. The universe shifts whether or not you agree. The only choice is how you meet it." Notice this in your own day. The morning's stress feels distant now. The afternoon's urgency has lost its sharpness. The evening's conversation no longer burns as it did. Already the edge is softer. Impermanence is not an enemy. It is a release. It means pain will fade. It means grief will soften. It means even restless nights give way to dawn. How many times have you thought, "This feeling will never end"? Yet it did. Joy passed. Fear passed. Even heartbreak, once unbearable, became memory. Seneca reminded us, "Time heals what reason cannot. Time does its work because all things move." Even when the mind resists, reality flows forward. Picture a tree in the wind. Leaves fall. Branches sway. The tree does not cling to each leaf. It accepts the shedding. It knows more will come in their season. We too must learn this. To hold lightly. To let moments pass without fear. You may wish the day had gone differently, but it is already gone. You may fear what tomorrow brings, but tomorrow is not yet here. Between the two is now. This breath, this moment. Impermanence is the reason rest is possible. Because the worries of the day cannot last. Because the weight of thought cannot stay. Notice how each breath is proof. Inhale, exhale. Neither remains. Both give way to the next. If breath did not pass, life would end. It is the letting go that keeps you alive. So with thoughts. So with fears. So with time. Imagine the sky at night. A cloud drifts across. It blocks the stars for a moment. Then it moves. The sky remains. Your mind is the sky. Your worries are the clouds. They will not stay. Let them drift. Impermanence is not only loss, it is also renewal. Without endings, no beginnings. Without winter, no spring. Without night, no morning. The Stoics did not mourn change. They prepared for it. They reminded themselves daily, this will pass. Not in despair, in acceptance. Marcus Aurelius asked himself each dawn, will today surprise me? Yes. Will it change me? Yes. Am I ready? Yes. That readiness was his calm. Tonight, ask yourself, what am I holding as if it were permanent? Is it truly fixed? Or is it already shifting beneath me? The answer frees you. Because nothing holds forever. Not pain, not fear, not even joy. All move on. This is why the Stoics taught gratitude. To cherish while it is here. To release when it departs. To see each moment as borrowed, not owned. Consider your breath again. Each one a guest. Each one arriving, staying, leaving. Do you mourn the last number? You trust the next will come. So it is with life's moments. They arrive, they leave. The practice is to welcome them without chains. Impermanence also softens regret. What you said, what you did, it belongs to yesterday. Already it is fading. Already it cannot be touched. Why chase what has already dissolved? Why grip the ashes of hours gone? Rest comes when you see the truth. Nothing lasts, and that is not tragedy, that is mercy. Imagine a storm above the ocean. Waves rise, clouds darken, thunder rolls. It feels endless, yet by dawn the sky clears, the sea rests again. So too with your storms. No storm is eternal. Impermanence is the quiet promise of peace. It whispers, "This will not stay. Let it pass. Rest will come." Tonight, lean into that promise. Let each passing thought remind you of change. Let each moment of silence remind you that nothing lingers. Even this wakefulness will fade. Even this night will end. And sleep like the tide will come. Impermanence is not something to fear. It is the rhythm of life itself. To resist is to suffer. To accept is to rest. Close your eyes a little deeper. Notice the subtle shifts in your body, the heaviness in your arms, the slowing of your breath. Even now, impermanence is working. Even now, you are changing. The lesson is simple. Do not cling. Do not fight. Observe. Accept. Release. This is the way of nature. This is the way of peace. Let impermanence carry you tonight. Let it soften your mind. Let it lead you into the gentle dark. This is the second lesson, the lesson on impermanence. Carry it with you as you drift further into sleep. On perspective, the night deepens. The body grows heavier, yet the mind still shapes the world it sees. This brings us to the third lesson, perspective. Life is not only what happens, life is also how we view what happens. Two people can face the same storm. One curses the rain, the other thanks the soil it nourishes. The storm is the same, the vision is not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you but your judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." A hard truth, yet a freeing one. Events are neutral. It is our mind that paints them heavy or light. Think of your day. The delay that felt like an insult. The silence that seemed like rejection. The small mistake that grew in your thoughts until it became failure. The event itself was small. Perspective made it larger. Now imagine changing the angle. The delay becomes a pause, giving you time to breathe. The silence becomes space, not rejection. The mistake becomes a lesson, not a chain. The facts remain. Only the framing has shifted. Perspective does not erase reality. It reshapes your place within it. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often the mind builds mountains out of pebbles. How often we bleed from wounds that never touched the skin. Tonight you are invited to soften your gaze, to see the same world through calmer eyes, to let your mind lighten what your heart carries. Picture yourself holding a stone, heavy when clutched tight. But when placed on the ground, the stone is harmless. The weight has not changed, only your relation to it. This is perspective. Many nights are lost because we stare too closely at one thought. We magnify it. We give it more size than it deserves. Step back and it shrinks. Step further and it disappears into the horizon. Perspective is distance. Distance creates space. Space allows peace. Think of the stars above you. A single life, a single problem, a single day, how small beneath the endless sky. Does this mean your life is meaningless number? It means your life is part of a larger whole, a thread in the great fabric. Marcus reminded himself, dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. He faced wars, politics, betrayal. Yet he found calm in the perspective of the cosmos. So too can you. When worry feels heavy, widen your view. Ask, will this matter in a year, in 10 years, in the span of a lifetime? Often the answer is silence, and silence is peace. Perspective also changes how we see others. The angry voice may hide pain, the cold silence may hide fear, the arrogance may hide weakness. What seems sharp may in truth be fragile. When you change perspective, judgment softens, compassion grows, peace returns. Even in suffering, perspective can transform. Pain can be teacher, loss can be reminder, obstacles can be training. Epictetus endured slavery yet taught freedom. Marcus endured burden yet taught peace. Their lives show this. Circumstance does not decide serenity. Perspective does. Tonight notice your thoughts. Which ones grow larger in the dark? Which ones steal your rest? Step back from them. Do not fight them. Do not feed them. See them as passing shapes, small when seen from afar. Perspective is not denial. It is clarity. It is the art of seeing rightly. Look at your breath again. When anxious, it feels shallow, tight, urgent. When calm, it feels full, deep, steady. The same breath, different perspective. You can practice this with each thought. When worry arises, ask, how else can I see this? What is another angle? Often the shift is enough. The mountain becomes a hill. The chain becomes a thread. The noise becomes a whisper. Perspective is power. Power not over the world but over the mind. Power that no one can steal. Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little but the man who craves more that is poor." Poverty or wealth, these are perspectives. Rest or restlessness, these too are perspectives. Tonight choose the view that brings peace. Choose the distance that brings calm. Choose the frame that lightens the heart. You cannot stop events from rising, but you can choose how to see them. That choice is your freedom. So, as the night deepens, soften your gaze. Let each thought shrink into the horizon. Let each worry become smaller in the vastness of time. Let each burden be seen for what it is, temporary passing light. Close your eyes more fully. Imagine the stars above. Imagine yourself among them, tiny yet part of something vast, fragile yet woven into eternity. This is perspective. Not to erase life, but to place it rightly. Not to escape the present, but to see it as it truly island. The lesson is gentle. Shift your gaze. Expand your view. Let peace return. This is the third lesson, the lesson on perspective. Carry it with you as you sink deeper into rest. On simplicity. The night grows deeper. The body softens. The mind still wanders. This is the fourth lesson. Simplicity. Life is heavy, not only because of burdens placed on us. It is heavy because of burdens we add ourselves. Too many wants, too many fears, too many voices in the mind. The Stoics warned against excess, not only excess in possessions, excess in thought, excess in worry, excess in desire. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little but the man who craves more that is poor." Poverty or wealth is not measured in things, it is measured in contentment. Think of your day. How many moments were spent chasing what was not needed? How many hours lost to distractions that brought no peace? The phone glowing, the endless feed of news, the noise of comparison. Each demand promises importance, yet most leave only emptiness. Simplicity is the art of stripping away, of choosing less, of choosing what matters. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking, not in accumulation." In alignment. Imagine a room cluttered with objects. Each one seems small, but together they fill the space. There is no room to move. The mind is the same. Too many thoughts, too many fears, too many cravings, and suddenly there is no space left for rest. Now, imagine removing what is not needed: a clear table, a single candle, a quiet chair. Suddenly the room feels open. The air flows freely. The same with your thoughts. Tonight, practice simplicity. Let go of the noise. Set aside the endless scroll of worry. Place down the heavy bags of desire. You do not need more tonight. You need less. Less striving, less comparing, less clinging. Even breath shows the way. It enters, it leaves. Nothing extra, nothing wasted. Simple, steady, sufficient. The Stoics saw nature as the model. A tree stands without excess. It grows as it must. It sheds what it does not need. It is complete in its simplicity. so too can we. Not by adding more, by releasing what is not essential. Ask yourself, what is enough? Enough food, enough shelter, enough company, enough rest. Often enough is already here. The rest is noise. Simplicity does not mean denial. It means clarity. To see what truly serves you, to release what steals your peace. Think of the ancient Stoics. They wore plain clothes. They ate simple meals, not because they despised comfort, because they knew comfort easily becomes chain. Epictetus, once a slave, later a teacher, lived with almost nothing, yet his words still endure, proof that strength is not in what surrounds you but in what guides you. Tonight choose simplicity of thought. Do not argue with every memory. Do not chase every fear. Do not hold every desire. Let the mind rest on what is simple. This moment, this breath, this silence. Notice how peace grows in simplicity, like clear water in a still pond, like quiet air after a storm. The world outside will continue its noise. It is not yours to fix. What is yours is this inner space, this chance to release. Ask softly, what can I set down tonight? What is not needed in this hour of rest? The list may be long, work unfinished, messages unanswered, comparisons unending. Set them down. The bed does not ask for them. The night does not ask for them. Only your presence is needed. Simplicity is enough. It is always enough. Think of gratitude. Gratitude is the companion of simplicity. When you notice the small, you do not hunger for the endless. When you savor what is here, you do not crave what is not. One breath, one heartbeat, one quiet night. Already abundance, Seneca wrote. If you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. Nature is simple. Opinion is endless. Choose nature. Choose simple. Choose peace. Close your eyes more deeply. Imagine your mind as a room. Remove what is cluttered. Remove what is loud. Leave only what is gentle. Perhaps just a candle. Perhaps just a breath. Perhaps just stillness. This is simplicity. Not emptiness but fullness of the right kind. Not deprivation but liberation. The lesson is clear. Peace comes not from more. Peace comes from less. Less fear. Less noise. Less desire. Let this guide you tonight. Let simplicity hold you. Let it free the mind from excess. Let it soften the heart. This is the fourth lesson. The lesson on simplicity. Carry it with you as you drift deeper into rest. On nature. The night is still. Air moves softly. The earth beneath you holds steady. This is the fifth lesson. Nature. The Stoics looked to nature as teacher. They believed to live well was to live in harmony with it. Not to resist its flow, not to demand it bend, but to align with its order. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "All things are woven together, and the common bond is sacred." He saw life as threads in a vast tapestry, each one small, yet each part of the whole. Think of the body, it is nature's work. The breath, the heartbeat, the silent repair while you sleep. You do not command these. They follow the laws of nature. Think of the seasons. The leaves fall, the snow comes, the flowers rise again. No decree can stop their rhythm. The earth turns in quiet wisdom. We too are part of this turning, not apart from it, not above it, part of it. Much of our restlessness comes from forgetting this. We imagine ourselves separate. We demand control over what belongs to the whole. We rage when winter feels too long. We despair when age brings change. We forget that we too are nature. Tonight, return to that truth. You are not against the world. You are within it. As the river runs, as the tree grows, as the stars turn, Epictetus said, "Seek not for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and you will go on well." This is the way of nature, not to resist but to agree, not to demand but to align. Imagine a bird in the air. It does not fight the wind. It bends with it, rises with it, rests on it. The wind remains strong. The bird remains free. You too can live this way, not by breaking the order, but by moving within it. Not by forcing life, but by flowing with it. Look at your own day. The cycles of energy, the hunger and fullness, the waking and sleeping, all signs of nature at work. Even your need for rest now is part of its design. Why resist it? Why cling to wakefulness as if it were mastery? To rest is to honor nature. To sleep is to obey its law. Marcus reminded himself often to love only what happens, what was destined. No greater harmony, to love the given, to welcome what comes. This is peace. Nature also teaches patience. A seed does not bloom in a day. A tree does not rise in an hour. Life unfolds at its pace. We suffer when we demand haste. We rest when we trust timing. Think of the stars again, distant yet steady. They move slowly, but never in error. Your life too moves in patterns beyond your view. Trust that order. Nature asks little. It asks that you breathe, that you live, that you accept your place within the whole. Seneca wrote, "According to nature, you have no poverty if you follow her. According to opinion, you are poor." Nature is simple. It provides enough. It offers the air you breathe, the ground you rest on, the night that shelters you. Opinion, however, is endless. Opinion says you are lacking. Opinion says you are behind. Opinion says you are not enough. But nature whispers you already are. Tonight listen to that whisper. Let the weight of opinion fall away. Let the voice of nature remain. Notice your breath. Notice its rhythm. It belongs not to opinion but to nature. It is steady, sufficient, complete. Notice the silence around you. Even silence is part of nature. Not empty, full of rest. When you wake tomorrow, the sun will rise without your command. The world will turn. The air will fill your lungs. Nature does its work faithfully. Trust it. Trust that you are carried within it. Trust that you do not need to hold the whole world alone. Imagine lying in a field at night, above the stars, around the quiet air, beneath the solid earth. You are not separate. You are part of the vast, part of the eternal. This vision softens the mind. It loosens the grip of fear. It reminds you that life is not yours to control, but yours to join. To live with nature is to find calm. To sleep with nature is to find rest. To rise with nature is to find strength. The lesson is simple. You are not against the flow. You are within it. You are not broken from the whole. You are of it. Close your eyes deeper now. Let your breath align with the rhythm of the night. Let your body sink as the earth holds it. Let your mind trust the order greater than itself. This is nature's gift. This is nature's peace. This is the fifth lesson. The lesson on nature. Carry it with you as you drift further into stillness. On inner strength the night holds you. The air is calm. The world outside sleeps. This is the sixth lesson. Inner strength. Strength is not noise. It is not show. It is not the power others see. The Stoics taught that true strength lies within. It is silent. It is steady. It is yours alone. Epictetus was born a slave. His body was broken, yet his mind was unshaken. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That mastery was his strength. Strength is not in controlling the outer world. It is in guiding your own thoughts, reactions, choices. Consider your own day. How many moments tested you? A sharp word, a sudden delay, a fear rising. Did the world decide your peace, or did you? Inner strength is this choice, to remain calm when chaos surrounds, to remain steady when fear calls, to remain yourself when the world demands you bend. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength is not out there, it is here, in the space between thought and action. Think of a tree in the storm. Winds roar, branches whip, but the roots hold. The roots are unseen, yet they keep the tree standing. Your roots are inner strength, not seen but unbreakable. How do you grow this strength? Not in comfort, not in ease, in challenge, in trial, in nights when the mind feels restless. The Stoics welcomed hardship as training. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Each struggle is a weight lifted. Each pain is resistance that shapes endurance." You may think of moments that broke you, yet here you are, not broken, but stronger. Proof of the strength you did not know you carried. Inner strength is quiet. It does not shout. It does not demand. It endures. Tonight, as you rest, remember this. You do not need the world's approval to be strong. You do not need victory in every battle. Strength is not in outcomes. It is in presence, in calm, in refusal to surrender your mind. Breathe deeply now. Notice how even the body follows when the mind is steady. The shoulders ease. The breath lengthens. The heart slows. This is strength, not in force, in peace. Imagine yourself as a mountain. Clouds may gather, winds may howl, rain may fall, yet the mountain stands, so too can you. Your inner strength is your ground. At times you may feel small, but strength is not size. A candle is small, yet it holds back darkness. So does your mind. So does your choice to stay calm. Strength is not the absence of fear. It is the decision not to serve fear. Strength is not the absence of pain. It is the choice to rise within pain. Tonight, you do not need to prove strength by action. You prove it by rest, by trusting that letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is discipline. Remember, strength is not only for the day, it is for the night. It is the ability to release, to trust that rest itself is an act of strength. Marcus reminded himself, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This power is strength, the power to revoke, the power to choose calm. Close your eyes more fully. Picture the trials you face today. Each one was a weight, each one trained you. Now set them down. Let strength remain without the burden. The night is your ally. It teaches stillness. It teaches surrender. It teaches that strength does not always mean standing tall. Sometimes it means lying down. Sometimes it means trusting the earth to hold you. Inner strength is not rigid. It bends without breaking. It adapts without surrendering. It rests without losing itself. Think of water. Soft, flowing, yielding, yet stronger than stone in time. This too is strength. Gentle, patient, enduring. Let this be your guide tonight. You do not need to fight sleep. You do not need to force calm. You only need to trust your strength within. The body may be tired, the mind may wander, but the soul remains steady. It has always been so. You are stronger than you believe. The proof is that you are here, still standing, still breathing, still seeking wisdom. This is strength, not loud, not seen, but real. Rest in that truth. Let it carry you deeper. Let it remind you that nothing outside can take what lies within. This is the sixth lesson, the lesson on inner strength. Carry it gently as you drift further into sleep. On acceptance, the night deepens further. Silence surrounds you. The body grows heavier, yet the mind still resists. This is the seventh lesson, acceptance. The Stoics taught that much of our suffering comes not from events but from refusal. We resist what has already come. We push against what cannot be moved. We fight the unchangeable, and in doing so we wound ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Welcome every event as if it were destined for you. The thread of fate weaves all things together. Acceptance is not surrender to despair, it is harmony with reality. Think of the past, it cannot be undone. Every word spoken, every act performed, already carved into time. Yet the mind replays as if replay could rewrite. It cannot. Acceptance is to release that illusion, to let the past remain where it belongs, to see it as lesson, not as prison. Think of the present. It arrives without asking. You cannot push it away, you cannot delay it, you can only meet it. To accept the present is to live fully in it. Think of the future. It has not arrived. It cannot be guaranteed. It will unfold as it must. Acceptance is to welcome it without fear, knowing it is beyond your command. Epictetus said, "Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and your life will flow smoothly, not because all events are pleasant, but because resisting them doubles the pain." Picture a hand closing around water. The tighter it squeezes, the less it holds. Only an open hand can feel the water rest. Acceptance is that open hand. Many nights are lost to resistance. I should not have failed. They should not have left. This should not have happened. The mind declares war against reality, and reality does not yield. Acceptance is not saying it is good, it is saying it is. This shift brings peace, for peace comes not from perfect circumstances, but from agreement with what is real. Think of illness. No one welcomes pain, yet denial worsens it. Fear magnifies it. Acceptance does not cure, but it steadies. It gives the strength to endure with less struggle. Think of loss. No one invites it, yet to live is to lose. Friends, seasons, moments all pass. To resist is to break. To accept is to bend without shattering. Seneca wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." He did not mean despair. He meant recognition. Life is fragile. Life is passing. To accept this truth is to live with deeper gratitude. Tonight, notice what your mind resists. What thought keeps returning? What event do you replay as if wishing it away? Hold it gently. Say to yourself, "It has happened. It is real. I accept." Notice the calm that follows. Not joy, not delight. Calm, a stillness born of no longer fighting. Acceptance does not mean passivity. The Stoics acted. They sought justice, wisdom, courage, discipline, but they acted within reality, not against it. Imagine sailing a ship. The wind blows strong. You cannot command it. You cannot stop it. You can adjust the sail. You can guide the rudder. You accept the wind and you move within it. This is the art of living. Acceptance is wisdom in action. It sees clearly. It moves accordingly. It wastes no energy on the impossible. Tonight, practice this art. Accept the body's need for rest. Accept the day as finished. Accept the night as gift. No more pushing. No more resisting. Breathe deeply now. With each exhale, release resistance. With each inhale, welcome reality. The bed beneath you, the breath within you, the silence around you. This is life here and now. Enough as it is. Acceptance is the doorway to peace. Not because life is perfect, because peace is found in aligning with it. Close your eyes a little more. Let the body sink fully. Let the breath slow. Let the mind rest in the truth. What is. There is freedom in these words. Freedom from struggle against the unchangeable. Freedom from war with reality. Freedom to rest. This is not weakness. This is strength of the deepest kind. To face what is and not turn away. To live without denial. To rest without resistance. Marcus reminded himself each morning, if it is in accord with nature, it is good for me. Even hardship, even loss, even change. Good because they are real. good because they belong. Tonight let this be your guide. Do not resist the dark. Do not resist the silence. Do not resist the pull of rest. Accept it. Welcome it. Let it hold you. This is the seventh lesson. The lesson on acceptance. Carry it gently as you drift deeper into peace. On stillness. The night is deeper now. The room is quiet. Your body grows heavy. Your mind still draws soft circles in the dark. This is the eighth lesson. Stillness. The Stoics did not chase silence in caves. They built it inside crowded lives. Markets shouted, armies moved, friends failed. Yet the inner room remained. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." He knew the world would not hush on command, so he learned to calm what could obey. Stillness is not the end of thought. It is space around thought. A pause that lets truth land. A clear surface that reflects what is real. Picture a pond after rain. First ripples, then calm. Only when calm the sky appears. Your mind is that pond. It clears when you let it. Let us enter stillness by degrees. Breath by breath, inhale gently, count 3, exhale slowly, count 4, wait in the small silence that follows. That small silence is a door. Step through. Stillness is strength shaped like softness. It does not push. It does not plead. It simply holds. Epictetus advised restraint. He taught the pause before reaction. He taught the gap where freedom lives. In that gap, anger cools, impulse fades, clarity returns. Remember the last time you said what could not be unsaid. It came fast. It left a mark. A single pause might have saved you. A single breath might have changed the course. The mind believes motion equals progress. Often it equals noise. Stillness is not doing nothing. Stillness is doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Sometimes the right thing is to wait. Seneca wrote, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." The restless mind lives nowhere. It sprints through past and future. It misses the present where life happens. Bring the mind home. Here, to the weight of the blanket, to the rhythm of the lungs, to the gentle ache that says you have lived today. Let the body teach the mind. When the jaw unclenches, thoughts soften. When the shoulders sink, arguments shrink. Think of a rock by the sea. Wave after wave breaks upon it. Foam flies, water roars. The rock does not answer. It stands, Marcus said. Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. Stillness is that rock within you. Not stubbornness, stability. There is a fear that stillness is laziness. It is not. Laziness avoids effort. Stillness chooses effort wisely. It directs power instead of spilling it. Practice now. Bring attention to the tip of your nose. Feel cool air enter. Feel warm air leave. Notice the pause between. Rest awareness inside that pause. No need to extend it. Just notice it. Thoughts will keep arriving. Let them arrive. Let them pass. Do not throw stones at every ripple. Do not chase every bird across the sky of the mind. Watch. Return to breath. Return to the center. Perspective helps stillness grow. When a problem looks large, step back. Place it against the scale of a year. Place it under the starlight of the cosmos. Most problems shrink when viewed from that height. Stillness follows size. Small worries make little noise. Simplicity feeds stillness too. Fewer wants, fewer tabs open, fewer voices telling you who to be. Strip the non-essential. Leave what matters. Clarity is quiet. Acceptance sustains stillness. What is island? You do not fight the tide at midnight. You float. You let the water carry you where sleep waits. If fear rises, meet it with stillness. Name it gently. Fear is here. Breathe again. Say safe. Repeat until the body believes. Build simple rituals that protect this inner room. A pause before speaking. a breath before replying, a count before sending, a short walk without a phone, a window stared through without purpose. Clear debris as well. Limit late screens. Let headlines wait until morning. Leave a task unfinished on purpose. Teach the mind that open loops do not threaten survival. Teach it that rest is allowed. Stillness pairs with courage. It takes courage to be quiet when others shout. It takes courage to wait when others rush. It takes courage to be misread and stay calm. Strength is quiet enough to be misunderstood. Return to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Feel your ribs widen and fall. Feel the bed hold you. Let the eyes grow heavy. Imagine a lamp turned low. Imagine a library after hours. Dust hangs in the air lit by a thin beam. No one speaks, yet the room is full of meaning. Stillness is like that. It hums with quiet truth. Marcus kept a journal to reach this place. Page after page of reminders. Control the inner life. Accept the outer world. Do what is right. Ignore what is loud. Return to yourself. You can keep such a journal in your breath. Each inhale a line, each exhale a reply. Simple, steady, sufficient. If a thought insists on staying, write it on an inner slate. Thank it for arriving. Tell it you will meet it in the morning. Set the slate aside. Sleep is your appointment now. In the distance, a door closes. A car passes. A dog barks and then stops. Notice how the world quiets itself without your help. Let this be a model. The mind can do the same. Stillness is not a rare gift. It is a practiced return. Return to breath. Return to presence. Return to what you can govern. As you settle, ask one question. Where is the quietest place in me right now? Find it. Rest there. If it shifts, follow it. Let it lead you deeper. The night supports you. Nature supports you. Your own discipline supports you. You are carried by 3 steady hands. Close your eyes fully now. Soften the mouth. Relax the tongue. Let the hands grow warm and heavy. Let the feet release their guard. Let the heart find a slower song. You do not need to earn this rest. You accept it as part of the order of things. Like rain, like dawn, like the tide. This is stillness. Not a trick, a return. Not a tunnel, a home. Stay here, stay simple, stay soft yet strong. This is the 8th lesson, the lesson on stillness. Carry it with you as the night carries you toward sleep. On gratitude, the night holds you gently. Breath flows steady. Silence deepens. This is the 9th lesson, gratitude. The Stoics did not take life for granted. They woke each day as if it might be their last. They looked at ordinary things and called them gifts. Marcus Aurelius began mornings by reminding himself, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Even breath was enough for gratitude. Consider this now. The simple fact of air entering your lungs. It arrives without effort. It sustains you without demand. Even if everything else were taken, this one breath is still a gift. How often we forget. We chase what is distant and ignore what is near. We measure life in achievements, not in breaths. And so we miss the abundance that already surrounds us. Gratitude is the practice of noticing, of pausing to see what is here, not only what is missing. It softens desire. It steadies fear. It turns scarcity into sufficiency. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Gratitude is honor because it aligns with truth. It admits that life itself is borrowed, that every moment is received, not owned. Think of the small things that touched your day. The warmth of sunlight on your face, the sound of laughter, even brief, the taste of water when thirsty, the bed that now carries you. Each is small. Together they are treasure. Gratitude does not wait for grand events. It begins with the ordinary. Epictetus taught his students to look at a cup and say, I am grateful for this cup, but I know it may break. In this way, gratitude and impermanence walk together. You cherish more deeply because you know nothing lasts. What if you woke tomorrow with only what you gave thanks for tonight? Would you still have your breath, your sight, your loved ones, your shelter, your peace? This question is not to stir fear, it is to awaken awareness, to remind you that what you have now is already enough. Gratitude transforms rest. Without it, the mind replays what was lacking. With it, the mind settles in sufficiency. It says, "This day was imperfect, yet it gave me life." And that is enough. Think of your body. Perhaps it aches. Perhaps it is tired. Yet it has carried you. It has fought for you. Even now, as you lie here, it heals. Gratitude turns complaint into respect. Think of your mind, perhaps restless, perhaps clouded, yet it has learned. It has endured. It seeks wisdom even in the dark. Gratitude honors this effort. Think of those who touched your life. Not perfectly, not without flaw. Yet each encounter shaped you. Each moment added to your journey. Even the painful ones taught strength. Gratitude does not deny hurt. It finds meaning within it. Tonight, let gratitude be your blanket. List quietly in your mind what you are thankful for, not only the great, but the simple. Begin with breath. I am grateful for this breath. Then expand. For the roof that shields you, for the pillow that softens, for the quiet of this hour, for the wisdom of ancient voices that still guide. Notice how the body responds. The chest eases. The heart slows. Gratitude is a balm. It tells the body, you are safe. You are cared for. Marcus reminded himself. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have. Instead, think of the blessings you do possess, and think how much you would desire them if they were not yours. This is the heart of gratitude. To see now what you would miss if it vanished. Imagine waking with no voice. How much would you value the words you speak tonight? Imagine waking with no sight. How deeply would you long for colors you barely notice now? Gratitude brings this awareness before loss. It allows joy in advance. It teaches you to live richly with what already island. The Stoics saw gratitude not as soft but as strong. It arms the soul against despair. It reminds the mind that life, though fleeting, is full. Practice now. With each inhale, think, thank you for this breath. With each exhale, think, thank you for this moment. Repeat until the words blur into feeling. Repeat until sleep itself becomes gratitude's gift. Gratitude also prepares you for tomorrow. A grateful heart meets the day with resilience. It sees not only what is missing, but what is given. It greets challenge with perspective. Tonight, let gratitude close your day. Do not count what failed. Do not measure what lacked. Count what remained. Measure what gave life. Close your eyes more deeply now. Whisper within, thank you, for the breath, for the silence, for the night that holds you. Even if nothing else, this is enough. Gratitude turns the ordinary sacred. It makes one breath holy. It makes one quiet hour eternal. This is the 9th lesson, the lesson on gratitude. Carry it as you drift, thankful for even the darkness that grants you rest. On letting go. The night carries you deeper. Breath moves slow. Gratitude has softened the heart. This is the 10th lesson. Letting go. The Stoics knew that much of life's weight is not in what happens, but in what we refuse to release. We clutch memories. We grip resentments. We hold fears as if they were treasures. And so we are dragged. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary." Much suffering is rehearsal. Much pain is holding on when release is possible. Think of a hand closed tight around a stone. The stone cuts, the hand bleeds, yet the pain is not from the stone itself. It is from refusal to let it fall. So too with the mind. It clutches old words. It rehearses past failures. It resists what has already slipped beyond reach. Tonight you are invited to loosen the grip, not to erase memory, not to deny reality, but to let go of the fight against what island, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself. Do not waste what remains of your life in thoughts about others when you do not turn your thoughts to your own inner self. He meant, release the chains of judgment, release the obsession with what cannot be changed. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the discipline of freeing the mind from chains it built for itself. Think of what weighs on you tonight. The word you wish you had said, the choice you wish you had not made, the outcome you wish had been different. See them clearly. Then one by one set them down. Tell yourself, it has passed. It cannot be undone. I release it. Notice how the body follows the mind. The chest opens, the shoulders ease, the breath deepens. Letting go is medicine. It heals not by changing the past, but by freeing the present. Epictetus told his students, when you kiss your child, say to yourself tomorrow, it may die. He was not cruel. He was honest. He taught them to love fully by holding lightly, to cherish without chaining. This is the paradox of letting go. It does not diminish love, it deepens it. For when you know nothing is permanent, you stop grasping. You begin to savor. Think of the seasons. Leaves fall. Winter comes. Spring follows. If trees resisted shedding, they would break under snow. They survive by letting go. So too with us. To cling is to fracture. To release is to endure. Many nights are lost to what might have been. You replay it. You rewrite it. You fight shadows. But shadows will not change. Only by releasing them do you find peace. Imagine holding a balloon in your hand. Tight it pulls against you. Release and it rises. Your burdens too will rise if you open your grip. This is not neglect of duty. The Stoics did their part. They acted with courage, with justice. But when their part was done, they let go. They trusted the outcome to fate. Marcus said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Beyond that, the result was not his to hold. This is freedom. To do your part and release the rest. Tonight, let this freedom be yours. Release the weight of unfinished tasks. Release the grip on what tomorrow may bring. Release the demand that life obey your will. Say gently to yourself, I let go. I let life be as it is. Feel the quiet that follows. It is the quiet of surrender without defeat. It is the quiet of trust. Think again of breath. Each inhale must be released. If held too long, it suffocates. Life itself is a cycle of letting go. Exhale now, slow and deep. Feel how natural release can be. This practice prepares you for sleep. For sleep itself is letting go. Of wakefulness, of control, of vigilance. Trust the bed to hold you. Trust the night to carry you. Trust yourself to release. The mind may resist. It may whisper, what if I forget? What if I lose? What if I am unprepared? Answer calmly. To let go is not to forget. It is to free. To let go is not to lose. It is to live. Let go of resentment. It poisons only the one who drinks it. Let go of envy. It blinds only the one who sees through it. Let go of regret. It chains only the one who carries it. Freedom begins when hands are empty. Peace begins when the mind releases. Tonight, let this be your practice. Let this be your rest. Close your eyes deeper now. Imagine each thought as a feather in your hand. Open the hand. Let each feather drift into the night. Watch them float away. Watch the hand grow lighter. You need not chase them. You need not hold them. You need only release. The night is generous. It will carry what you set down. It will return to you only what you need. This is letting go. This is trust in the order of things. This is the way to rest. This is the 10th lesson, the lesson on letting go. Carry it gently as you drift toward deeper peace. On resilience, the night grows deeper. You have released much. The body rests heavier. The mind floats more freely. This is the 11th lesson, resilience. The Stoics did not promise a life without hardship. They promised strength to face it. They knew storms would come. They prepared the soul to endure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength here does not mean never bending. It means bending without breaking. Resilience is the art of returning, falling yet rising, failing yet continuing, suffering yet not surrendering. Think of a tree in winter. Snow weighs its branches. Winds press against it. It bows, but it does not break. In spring it blooms again. That is resilience. So it is with you. You have bent under many burdens. You have known fear. You have felt loss. Yet here you are, still breathing, still seeking wisdom, still moving forward. This is proof enough. Resilience already lives in you. Epictetus knew this well. He was beaten, mocked, enslaved. Yet he said, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms. Difficulty is the training ground. Resilience is the proof. Think of your past trials, moments that seemed impossible, nights that felt endless, and yet they ended. You endured. You adapted. You grew stronger. Resilience is not denial of pain. It is not pretending all is well. It is acknowledging the wound, yet choosing not to live as the wound. Seneca wrote, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men. Pain reveals what remains solid. Suffering shows what cannot be taken." Tonight, reflect on your own strength, the hardships that shaped you, the obstacles that became teachers, the scars that became reminders of survival. Resilience is memory. Memory that you have faced storms before, memory that you can face storms again. It is also hope. Hope not that life will be easy, but that you will remain steady. Hope that tomorrow, whatever it brings, will not undo you. Imagine a flame in the wind. It flickers, it bends, but it does not go out. That is resilience. Not constant brightness, but refusal to be extinguished. How do you build it? By practice. By facing discomfort willingly. By choosing courage in small trials so that you are ready for great ones. The Stoics often practiced voluntary discomfort. They ate simple food. They wore plain clothes. They walked in cold air. Not to suffer for suffering's sake, to prove to themselves, "I can endure, so too can you." When challenges come, you will know. You have been here before. You have trained for this. Resilience also grows through meaning. If you see hardship only as punishment, it crushes. If you see it as teacher, it strengthens. Marcus reminded himself, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles are not walls. They are paths. Tonight, let this thought guide you. Every pain you carry can shape you. Every weight can strengthen you. Every fall can teach you how to rise. Resilience is not only for war. It is for daily life, for work undone, for words misunderstood, for relationships strained, for plans delayed. Each time you return, each time you keep moving, each time you refuse despair, that is resilience. You may not notice it in yourself, but it is there. Quiet, steady, faithful. It has brought you to this night. It will carry you to tomorrow. Practice this in your breath now. Inhale steady, exhale steady. Even if distracted, return. Again and again return. This is resilience in the smallest form. The discipline of coming back. Resilience is not perfection. It allows failure. It allows falling. It insists only on rising again. Think of waves striking the shore. Endlessly they come. Endlessly the shore remains, not unmarked but unmoved. So too with you. Resilience does not erase scars. It wears them as proof. Close your eyes deeper. Recall a moment when you thought you could not go on. Yet you did. Hold that memory gently. Say to yourself, I endured. Then I will endure again. This is not arrogance. This is truth. Life will not spare you. It will test you. But resilience whispers, I bend, I suffer, I rise. Let this whisper become your lullaby tonight. As you rest, know that tomorrow may bring challenge, but also know that you carry the strength to meet it. You always have. This is resilience, not unbroken pride, but unbroken return, not endless victory, but endless rising. The night teaches this too. Darkness falls each day. Morning follows each time. So it will be with you. Breathe one last, steady breath. Feel the weight of resilience already in you. Feel it root you, like the mountain, like the tree, like the flame. This is the 11th lesson. The lesson on resilience. Carry it into the night as you drift further into rest. On humility, the night grows deeper still. Resilience has steadied you. Now the mind softens further. This is the 12th lesson. Humility. The Stoics saw humility not as weakness but as wisdom. It is the clear sight of one's place in the order of things, neither higher nor lower than you are. Simply human. Simply part of the whole. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often, soon you will have forgotten all things. Soon all things will have forgotten you. He was emperor, yet he knew even his reign was dust against eternity. Humility kept him sane amidst power. Humility is truth. Truth that no one stands above nature. Truth that we are each threads in a vast design. Short-lived, interwoven, dependent. Think of the stars above. Vast, ancient, unmoved by your victories or defeats. They shine regardless. This is perspective. And perspective is humility. Humility does not despise the self. It respects the self rightly. It knows the gifts you hold are not entirely your own. Your body formed by parents you did not choose. Your breath given by air you did not make. Your mind shaped by teachers by chance, by the time into which you were born. To see this is to see clearly. To be grateful without pride, to act without arrogance. Epictetus, once a slave, said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. He knew humility was freedom. Freedom from the chains of appearance. Freedom from the need for applause. How much unrest comes from pride, from the fear of seeming small, from the hunger to be admired. Yet admiration is fickle. It comes and goes. If your peace depends on it, your peace will vanish. Humility roots peace within. It says, I need no crown to be whole. I need no praise to be steady. I am enough as I am, a fragment of the whole. Tonight, reflect on your day. How many moments were colored by ego? A word defended not because it was right, but because it was yours. A thought rehearsed not because it was wise, but because it fed your pride. Now, let them go. Release the need to be important. Release the demand to be central. Rest in the truth that you are small yet precious. Humility also softens judgment of others. When you see yourself clearly, you no longer demand perfection from anyone. You know you fail. You know you err, so you forgive the failings of others. This is strength, not weakness. The strength to live without constant conflict. The strength to say, we are all flawed. We are all learning. Seneca wrote, no man has the power to have everything he wants, but it is in his power not to want what he has not. Humility agrees with this. It does not demand more than its share. It does not envy what belongs to another. It accepts its place and finds peace there. Imagine a tree in a forest. It does not demand the height of its neighbor. It grows as it can. It bends toward the sun. It accepts its place in the soil. It is enough. So too with you. Grow as you are able. Do not measure by comparison. Do not demand the sun that shines elsewhere. Accept your light and be content. Humility also opens the door to learning. The proud mind cannot be taught. It believes it knows already. The humble mind listens. It grows. It adapts. This is why humility is wisdom. It leaves space for truth. It admits ignorance, and so it gains knowledge. Tonight, practice humility in thought. Say to yourself, I do not know everything. I do not control everything. I am small, and that is enough. Notice the relief in those words. The body loosens. The chest lifts. The breath becomes easy. Humility lifts burdens pride cannot carry. Marcus reminded himself not to act as if he would live 10,000 years. Life is short. Humility accepts this without fear. It says, if life is brief, let me live it well. Let me live it kindly. Let me live it without pretense. Close your eyes deeper now. Feel the smallness of your body against the vast earth. Feel the hugeness of the sky above. And yet, you belong here. Small, yes, but part of the whole. Precious because you are part. Humility is not humiliation. It is not self-hatred. It is clear vision. It is balance. It is truth. You do not need to be greater than others to be whole. You do not need to be noticed to be real. You only need to be aligned with yourself, with nature, with the present. Let this humility carry you into rest. Say quietly, I am small, I am grateful, I am enough. Repeat until the words blur into peace. This is the 12th lesson, the lesson on humility. Carry it softly as you sink deeper into the night. On compassion, the night is deep. The air is still. Humility has softened the heart. This is the 13th lesson. Compassion. The Stoics are often thought cold, yet they were not without care. They spoke of justice, of duty, of living in harmony with others. For they knew, no one lives alone. We are woven together, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself. Human beings are made for each other. Teach them or bear with them. He saw even the failings of others as chances for patience. Compassion begins with seeing clearly. Every person you meet is fighting unseen battles. Every harsh word hides some hurt. Every silence carries some story. Compassion looks beyond the surface. It says, they too are human. They too struggle. Think of your own life. How many times have you hurt others, not from malice but from fear? How many times have you spoken sharply, not from hatred but from pain? To remember, this is to soften judgment. To say, as I fail, so do they. Epictetus said, when someone does you wrong, immediately consider what good or bad he thought it would bring you. When you see this, you will pity him and not feel surprise or anger. Compassion replaces anger with understanding. It does not excuse harm, but it explains it. And in explanation, peace begins. Compassion is strength, not weakness. It takes strength to meet insult without revenge. It takes strength to forgive when resentment tempts. It takes strength to offer kindness in a world quick to wound. Seneca wrote, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Even here, in this quiet night, kindness is possible. Kindness to yourself, kindness in memory, kindness in thought. Think of those who cross your mind tonight. Some bring warmth, some bring pain. All are human. All are fragile. Compassion does not mean you must embrace every wound. It means you release hatred. It means you choose peace over poison. Imagine holding a coal in your hand. The longer you hold it, the more it burns. Resentment is that coal. Compassion is the choice to drop it, not for their sake alone, but for yours. Marcus wrote, The best way of avenging yourself is not to become like the wrongdoer. Compassion protects you from becoming what you despise. It keeps your heart clear, your soul light. Tonight, practice compassion first toward yourself. You too are imperfect. You too have failed. Forgive the self that stumbled today. Whisper, I release you. You did your best. Rest now. Feel how the body loosens when you forgive yourself. The chest expands. The breath deepens. Compassion heals inward before it flows outward. Next, extend it to others. Picture someone who hurt you. See their face, see their weakness, see the fear that drove them. Say quietly, I release you. You too are human. This does not mean you must return to them. It does not mean trust without caution. It means freedom. You free yourself by letting go of bitterness. Compassion is not naive. It sees clearly. It knows harm. But it chooses not to answer harm with hate. It chooses not to poison its own well. Think of a candle lighting another. The first does not lose its flame. Together they shine brighter. Compassion works the same. Giving does not diminish you. It multiplies light. Tonight, imagine yourself as that candle, small, steady, glowing. Each act of compassion another flame lit. Your light reaches further than you know. The Stoics believed we are citizens of a greater city, the universe itself. To live justly is to care for the whole. Compassion is loyalty to that city. To treat each person as part of yourself. Even strangers matter. Marcus reminded himself daily, men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them then, or bear with them. Teach with patience. Bear with tolerance. Live with compassion. As you drift tonight, let compassion guard your sleep. Do not carry grudges into dreams. Do not carry anger into the dark. Lay them down. Choose peace. Breathe slowly now. Inhale. I forgive. Exhale. I release. Repeat until the words fade into rhythm. Compassion turns enemies into teachers. It turns pain into wisdom. It turns wounds into reminders of shared fragility. This is not to deny justice. It is to choose freedom. Justice may be sought tomorrow. Tonight, the heart chooses rest. Close your eyes more fully. Imagine a field at dawn. Soft light, cool air, all creatures stirring. None greater, none lesser, all simply alive. Compassion sees this equality. It says, I too belong, they too belong. Let this thought cradle you. We are all passing shadows. We are all seeking peace. We are all fragile threads in the same cloth. To tear another is to weaken the whole. To care for another is to strengthen it. This is compassion, not weakness, wisdom. Tonight, let compassion settle in your breath. Inhale kindness for yourself. Exhale kindness for others. Let the rhythm carry you towards sleep. This is the 13th lesson. The lesson on compassion. Carry it gently as you sink deeper into the night. On time, the night is long, yet hours slip quietly away. The breath is steady, the body sinks deeper. The mind drifts between thought and silence. This is the 14th lesson. Time. The Stoics spoke often of time. They saw it as life's most precious gift. They warned, do not waste it, for once gone it cannot return. Seneca wrote, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The tragedy is not in brevity, it is in neglect. Think of today, how many moments passed unnoticed, how many breaths taken without awareness, how many minutes lost to worry, to distraction, to noise. Time is life. To waste time is to waste life. To honor time is to honor life itself. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think, not to terrify, to awaken, to sharpen the mind to what matters. Time is fragile. It slips even as we speak. Each moment dissolves into the past. Each future remains uncertain. Only the present is yours. Epictetus taught, "Do not squander time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." He meant, do not delay living. Do not waste time in endless debate. Act now, live now. Tonight as you rest, reflect on time not with fear but with gratitude. This hour of quiet is yours. This breath is yours. This chance to rest is yours. Time is often measured by clocks, but the truest measure is meaning. 1 hour of presence is richer than years of distraction. 1 moment of gratitude outweighs a lifetime of complaint. Consider how the day stretched. It may have felt rushed. It may have felt heavy. Yet here in stillness it feels distant. Time bends with perception. An anxious mind makes hours race. A calm mind makes minutes expand. Stillness teaches you to savor time, to stretch it, to feel it fully, 1 breath at a time. Think of your life as a scroll. Each day a line written, each night a page turned. No page repeats, no line can be erased. Yet the scroll is yours to write with intention. Seneca warned his students, while we are postponing life speeds by, we plan endlessly, we wait for tomorrow. We forget today is already life. How much peace is lost in delay. I will rest when I am older. I will love when the time is right. I will live when things settle. But life does not pause. It moves with or without your consent. The Stoics did not urge despair. They urged presence. To use time wisely, to fill it with virtue, with gratitude, with calm. Tonight you practice this by resting. Even rest is not wasted. It restores. It prepares. It honors the body's design. Think of the stars above, light traveling across ages, just to reach you tonight. Their glow is ancient, yet it touches you in this moment. So too, with wisdom, the voices of Marcus, Seneca, Epictetus, echoing across centuries to calm you now. Proof that time, when used well, endures. Your life, too, leaves echoes. Small acts ripple forward. Kindness given today may heal someone years from now. Discipline practiced tonight may strengthen someone beyond you. Time is short, but its impact stretches long. Imagine holding an hourglass. Sand slips grain by grain. You cannot stop it. You cannot reverse it. You can only decide what you do as it falls. So decide tonight. Decide to honor time by resting fully. Decide to release distractions. Decide to let sleep claim you as part of life, not as escape from it. Ask yourself softly, what is worth my time? What will I not regret giving hours to? Rarely will the answer be noise. Rarely will it be endless comparison or empty pursuit. Often it will be love. Often it will be peace. Often it will be wisdom. Let this shape your rest. Tonight is not wasted. It is sacred. It is life itself lived quietly. Marcus reminded himself often, do every act of your life as though it were the last. Not in panic, in reverence. Even this act, resting, breathing, listening, is part of the sacred. Close your eyes deeper now. Feel the softness of the pillow. Feel the weight of the blanket. Notice the rhythm of the night. This too is time. This too is precious. 1 breath, 1 hour, 1 night. Each is enough. Tomorrow will come, or it will not. But this moment is here, and it is yours. Time is fleeting. Yes, but fleeting does not mean empty. It means valuable. It means fragile. It means worthy of care. Let gratitude and humility guide how you use it. Let compassion shape where you give it. Let stillness help you savor it. This is the 14th lesson. The lesson on time. Carry it softly as you drift deeper into sleep. On peace. The night is almost complete. Time has flowed. Your body is heavy. Your breath is slow. This is the 15th lesson. Peace. The Stoics did not seek a life without struggle. They sought a mind that could remain calm within it. They did not dream of a world free of storms. They trained to stand steady while the winds blew. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Peace comes when you stop looking outward and trust what is within." True peace does not depend on silence outside. It begins in silence inside. Consider your day. The noise, the demands, the endless calls for attention. Even now the world has not stopped. Yet here you are wrapped in stillness, proof that peace is possible even when life continues. Peace is not found in control. You cannot command others. You cannot guarantee outcomes. You cannot hold the future still, but you can govern your response. You can choose your center. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things beyond our power." This is peace, the discipline of letting the world be as it is while tending faithfully to your own soul. Think of the sea. On the surface, waves rise and fall, but deep below the water is calm. So too with the mind. Peace is not the absence of movement. It is depth that turbulence cannot reach. How do you find this depth? By practice, by stillness, by gratitude, by acceptance, by letting go. Each lesson has been a step toward peace. Control teaches you to hold only what is yours. Impermanence teaches you that nothing lasts. Perspective shows you the smallness of worry. Simplicity clears the clutter. Nature aligns you with the whole. Inner strength roots you like a tree. Acceptance releases resistance. Stillness softens the storm. Gratitude fills the heart. Letting go frees the hands. Resilience returns you after loss. Humility shows your true place. Compassion connects you to others. Time reminds you life is precious. All of these threads weave together. The fabric they create is peace. Seneca wrote, "The mind is never at rest until it has secured the truth that it need not chase anything outside itself." Peace is freedom from the chase. Freedom from the need to grasp, to prove, to win. Peace is presence. Peace is enough. Think of a candle burning in the dark. Its flame does not argue with the night. It shines small but steady. So too with you. Peace is your flame. The world may remain dark, but your light remains constant. Tonight, let peace settle over you like a blanket. Feel the weight of it on your chest, your arms, your legs. Feel it steady your heartbeat. Feel it soften your thoughts. Breathe slowly. Inhale calm. Exhale release. Repeat until the words dissolve, leaving only silence. Peace does not mean the end of thought. It means thoughts no longer disturb. They arrive. They pass. You remain. Close your eyes more deeply. Notice the quiet between breaths. Notice the space between moments. That space is peace. It has always been here. You need only return to it. The Stoics sought this peace not only for rest but for life. For in peace wisdom grows. In peace courage acts. In peace compassion flows. Without peace virtue falters. Peace is the soil. Every other virtue grows from it. Without soil no tree can stand. Without peace no soul can thrive. Think of your struggles. Think of the battles you have fought. Notice how the memory sharpens when unrest rises. Notice how it softens when peace enters. The past cannot wound when the present is calm. Peace also prepares you for tomorrow. Challenges will come, but when the mind rests in peace, challenges lose their edge. They become tasks, not terrors. They become lessons, not prisons. Marcus reminded himself, "You have power over your mind. Remove your opinion, and you are safe." Peace is this removal. Peace is this safety. Tonight claim that safety, not by force, by surrender, by trusting the order of things, by resting in the whole. Imagine yourself as part of the cosmos, one star among many, one wave among countless, one thread in an eternal cloth. You do not need to struggle for place. You already belong. And belonging is peace. Let this thought cradle you. You are enough. You are safe. You are held by the night, by nature, by the universe itself. Let go of striving. Let go of proving. Let go of fear. Peace does not ask you to do more. It asks you to be. Say quietly within, I am at peace. I am whole. I am home. Repeat until words dissolve into silence. Repeat until silence itself becomes peace. This is the 15th lesson. The lesson on peace. Carry it gently as you drift into the final closing of this journey. The liberation of seeing clearly. The journey is almost complete. For 2 hours you have walked the quiet path of Stoic wisdom. You began with a restless mind, carrying the weight of unfinished tasks, unspoken words, uncertain tomorrows. Slowly, step by step, you set them down. Control reminded you to hold only what is yours. Impermanence showed you that nothing stays. Perspective shifted your vision. Simplicity cleared away the clutter. Nature brought you back to the order of the whole. Inner strength rooted you. Acceptance released resistance. Stillness quieted the storm. Gratitude softened the heart. Letting go freed the hands. Resilience taught you to rise again. Humility placed you rightly in the vast design. Compassion opened you to others. Time reminded you of life's fragile gift. And peace closed the circle. 15 lessons woven together, carrying you from tension toward calm, from noise toward silence, from thought toward sleep. Each one a guide, each one a reminder. Your freedom is here, in the mind, in the present, in the choice to see clearly. The Stoics never promised comfort without end. They promised clarity, and clarity is liberation. For when you see clearly, fear loses its edge. When you see clearly, anger fades. When you see clearly, every anxious thought is revealed for what it is, a shadow, and shadows cannot harm you. You in stillness are unshakable. Now the final act, surrender. Put down the phone, put down the worries of tomorrow, put down the demand to solve every question before dawn. The night does not ask you to perform, it asks you to trust. Trust that rest is not wasted time. Trust that sleep is not weakness, but wisdom. Trust that renewal is part of nature's law. The earth rests, the sea rests, even the stars move slowly. You too may rest. Think of your body as a vessel returning to harbor. The sails come down, the oars grow still. The ship is held by the tide, safe, steady, waiting for dawn. Think of your mind as a lamp turned low. The light remains, but it softens. Enough to guide, not enough to strain. Soft light is enough for night. Every lesson tonight has been practice. Control, acceptance, stillness, gratitude, none are separate. Together they weave a fabric of peace. You do not need to grasp them all at once. They will remain within you. They will rise when you need them. For now, let them dissolve into silence. Seneca warned, life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Tonight you have practiced the opposite. You remembered gently. You rested in the present. You released fear of what comes. Marcus reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. But here you are alive. Breathing, listening, resting, that is enough. Epictetus taught, do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do. This too you have practiced. The day has ended as it has. The night unfolds as it must, and you are safe within it. Close your eyes fully now. Feel the weight of the blanket. Feel the rhythm of breath. Feel the silence wrapping closer. Say quietly within, I have done enough for today. I have released enough. I am enough. Let those words settle into your bones. Let them soften the last edges of thought. Every anxious thought is just a shadow, but you in stillness are unshakable. The shadows pass. Your calm remains. Now, let sleep arrive not as an intruder, but as a gift. Do not chase it. Do not resist it. Let it come gentle and sure as it always does. This is the liberation of seeing clearly. This is the gift of wisdom. This is the peace you were meant to carry. Let wisdom be your blanket. Let calm be your guide. Rest now and rise renewed.